Now, isn't this pretty cool, eh? This is Mount Tambourine in Australia, halfway between Brisbane and Gold Coast. I've never been here, and it's crazy because I've been here for a couple of years now and never really made the time and attention to go to places like this. And the only reason that I ended up coming here was because a pure spur of the moment, there was zero planning. And again, the rationale behind that for me was because I wanted change. I wanted my brain to be in a different environment because I wanted to think different. And I do this every now and then from a business context and point of view because I want my brain to be exposed to different stimulus so I can think more creatively and then incorporate that creativity within the business side of things that I do. You know, I get different ideas. It just makes me think different. I'm eating a steak and I'm listening to conversations of people who've traveled the world and people who are speaking in different languages, and you get exposed to new things. And I think that's incredibly valuable to know what's out there. A lot of us, we tend to get very comfortable in our where we grew up and our town environment or wherever that you may be based. And I believe that does a detriment. You know, every time I've actually traveled and done different things, I've always come back a different man in some kind of way. Like, I think different, I've got a different energy, I think different about the world, and that's incredibly valuable just for street smarts. You know, they say there's book smart and then there's street smart, and it's important to have both. It's very easy to get book smart and sit at home and never really change things up, but being street smart only comes from experience. It only comes from seeing different parts of the world and seeing how people act in different environments and different cultures. So this is just one way, and I do suggest that if you want to keep expanding your brain and operate just completely at a level that is different than you ever could have imagined, go do things that you never would usually do every now and then. I know people who do it on a weekly schedule. I don't necessarily schedule it, but I do like to incorporate it, and I know when I'm starting to get a bit small-minded, things just start feeling the same, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna change things up. So I go a bit more intuitively about it. And this is, man, it's just cool, you know, it's cool. I don't come, like the way that I do it is I never come with an expectation. I always go very open-minded. You know, you can set an intention, that's fine, you know, or I would love to know the answer to this thing in my business or whatever it is, but I never have an expectation, because if I put pressure on it, the way that creativity works is that when you try to fill it up with ideas of like, oh, I hope it's going to be like this or this, there's no room for an idea to come in. So you have to keep it open space. And I do this a lot with music as well. Obviously, I've got a music background. It would always just be, allow it to come to me. Allow it to come to me. And I would cultivate different ideas from different environments and never pressuring myself to come up with something. I'd allow the flow to come through me. And it's just a different game, incorporating creativity. But I think it's invaluable because creativity, in essence, is what really creates things that people never would have expected. And it's creativity that makes people heartfelt with whether it's art pieces or music pieces. And I think it's important to nurture that and nurture that side of you, because creativity is what allows innovation to come through, and innovation is where you can get unfair advantages in life. So yeah, this is cool, I won't lie. Pretty fucking cool, if you ask me. Just gotta embrace the view. Let me show you the view. So if you go, this is where I had the little steak up there. Everyone's having their little lunches. And then we got the cool views. Look at that. It's like a fucking video game. First person shooter mode. You'll see just random peacocks here. Birds trying to eat your food. And yes, in Australia, depending on where you are, there are kangaroos. I will say that. There are kangaroos. So we're following the yellow brick road. Let's see where it takes us. And I can be by myself, by the way. There's no like pressure on, oh, I have to bring someone because I don't want to be alone. Learn how to be by your fucking self, man. Are you that fucking uncomfortable with yourself? Learn to love yourself, my friend. Okay, here we go. I gotta work these manual settings as we're walking through. Look at that. I'm leaving my phone back there for you guys. Someone could be stealing it as we speak right now. Look, you got the little wedding chairs. Fuck yeah. Let's go up there. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, it's probably where they do weddings. Okay. Ten out of 10, this place is haunted at night. You got like the little girl sitting on this table halfway through the middle of the night. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Let's come back down. I'm just taking you guys with me. Australia's quite safe as well. Like, I've left all my shit back there. And most of the time you're pretty safe in Australia. Like, you don't have to stress so much, and that's a privilege. It is a privilege that we got. And I may one day take that for granted. I'm not always like that, leaving my shit around though. Okay. We've got some cut trees, private property. Someone probably lives here. You see how that pans out? How fucking cool. And I won't lie, this camera makes everything look like a fucking movie. So we'll walk this back so you guys can see me. Look at that shit. Yeah, fucking nature, man. At the end of the day, we're fucking humans, man. We are humans. I'm getting fucking tingles right now. This is the shit we should be doing. We should be out here connecting. We get so stuck on technology and we lose touch. We lose touch of motherfucking nature. Look at this. If you look real close, you get the vines. Yeah, very grounding. Very grounding. Makes you realize how little the problems that we have are. We think are problems, but they're not. We definitely have an easy time taking things for granted, that's for sure. Humans adapt. We always adapt. You know, it's like when you see people who they lose a limb and they adapt and they get used to it, and then you go, oh, I could never imagine. Well, I'm sure that the only alternative is to adapt. So it's like we end up always just adapting. See, what did I say? All this stuff is still safe. I'm sure it wouldn't be the case somewhere else. Let me plant this back down so you can see me, and I'll say some last words for you. Okay. fix these settings. There's the thing about putting manual settings when you're filming, it doesn't really work. There we are. Yeah, I love this shit, man. You be multi-dimensional. Yes, get the fucking, get the gains. 100% get the gains. But be in touch with your creative side. For me, that's music. For me, it's other shit. And then learn how to be good with people. Get good with attracting high quality friends, building great relationships with your family, amazing partners. See, my mission when I started, it was never just to be like the fittest guy in the room, the most jacked guy. It's not, I don't necessarily care just about that. It's cool to have the gains and have that, but it's one component of life. It is not everything. It is not. When people say it's everything, they're bullshitting you. But it's an integral part. Don't mistake the difference. I just want to check this mic is still on. Yep. Don't mistake the difference. You want to be multidimensional. You want to be healthy. You want to be in shape. You want to work on your communication skills. You want to work on your, money making skills. You want to work on, Tai Lopez says it: health, wealth, love, and happiness. Right. So the way I look at it is that you've got those pillars, and you will have to dedicate times to bring one up at a time, or maybe a couple at a time, but at a slower pace. But eventually the goal is to bring them all up. You want to bring them all up. And that's like, I would rather be quite balanced in all of them than just be the most jacked guy and then do shit in the rest. There's no way I would pick that. And it's the same thing with having all the money, but then you shit in relationships and you got shit health. Fuck no. Like, do it all. Do it all. Maybe not all at the same time at an aggressive pace, but you can know when it's time to ramp up one area more than the other. You always look at the biggest deficit and what's taking away from you the most. So, man, it's fucking important. Get your health up, get your wealth up, get your love up, and then your relationship with yourself up. If you can get your relationship with yourself up, it will set a great foundation for the rest. And that's essentially my mission for myself, and then for sharing that value out to you and to as many people as I can. When I head to Seoul with Craig, as you might have seen in one of the previous episodes, to help people there and really bring conscious awareness to maybe insecurities and things that they put on themselves to hold themselves back. With my clients as well, when they're wanting to get in shape and then they've got limiting beliefs, is to help them so they can start integrating it. When people in the community as well, when we're talking about just overall character development, it's making sure that they've got the right mindset to understand and not hold themselves back so they can keep leveling up. No matter what, there's no excuse. It's just taking full ownership. It's taking full ownership of, hey, work on yourself. Build in all these areas, not just for yourself, but for the people around you. And live a great fucking life, because you fucking can. You can live a great fucking life. If you decide that it is in your control, it's your responsibility to do it, no one else's. You create this fucking reality. You create the opportunity to be a Mount fucking Tambourine. There are times occasionally, just with the fitness coaching, when I deal with people who are, interested, but then they're on the fence because they've got work and they've got family, and they play victim. They go, oh, well, you wouldn't understand because you don't have to work the 9 to 5 from the morning to the night, and then you've got family to take care of, and it's just not possible for me. Well, if that's the narrative you want to play, that's the reality that you will get. It's the fucking reality. You created that reality, so you are capable of recreating a new one. Okay? You're not stuck in that thing. There's always a way. Like anything, if it's truly important to you, you find a way, even if it's 30 minutes a day. Even if It's you finding a quick and easy way to build up some hustle money, and eventually start making a little bit more than what you do with your job, and then reduce the hours in your job, and then start transitioning and freeing up some time. There's always a way, and I just don't buy it. I really don't fucking buy it. I could have had many excuses growing up. You know, when I was told that I had to go to university and that, you know, you're being scammed when you're doing this whole online stuff, and having basically everyone in my network not supporting what I wanted to do and not holding a vision. I had to hold the vision myself. I had to leave states. And I know I can do that because I don't have kids and I don't have a family. But if I had kids and a family, I mean, I just look at my clients then and I go, well, fuck, man. Ed's got kids, Adam's got 5 kids, and he's got a business with employees and a wife, and he sleeps shit all, and he gets it all done. He's in shape. We got him to lose 7 to 8 kilos. We got him to build muscle, got him stronger than he's ever been before, and he did that whilst doing all of it. Like, you can't tell me you don't have time, because I got clients who fucking do it. I got clients who lose weight, who get stronger, who are a great husband, who is a great father, and has kids who are just so fucking well behaved. And he does it and he doesn't complain. He doesn't complain, and that's why I respect him. Because he takes ownership. He understands that if he wants something fucking great, he is responsible to create it. And it doesn't serve him to complain. And that is the beautiful fucking thing. Take ownership. Because what's the alternative? If you play victim in the blame game, you don't have control and you can't do shit. You proved yourself right by not having control and staying in the same situation and experiencing that shitty reality that you said you have. And that's your fault. It's your fucking fault. So take ownership. And even if for a moment it never came true, even though you held the belief that you could have changed it, at least then you had a winning chance. You increased your chance. I would much rather give it a shot and not have that what if in my mind when I was older. You know, if I really gave it everything and I didn't accomplish it, I would have been like, fuck it, man. Like, I did what I could. And even though I didn't get that, I fell short. But fuck, man, that's sick. Like, what I actually accomplished, I'd rather that any day than never had tried because I didn't believe. So create beliefs that serve you. And take ownership. And change the fucking narrative. You're in control. Change your environment. Be open-minded to different things in life. Be open-minded to things not being the same because you assumed it had to stay the same. Be open-minded to difference. And you be the initiator of it, if it's right. And you know what's right most of the time. If you truly listen within, you know what you should and shouldn't be doing. So start paying attention a little bit more to that voice. Listen to yourself. And find little ways to start moving the needle forward towards that. It's totally up to you. Your future is in your hands. So take control, take ownership, and start moving it forward. And get rid of any form of complaint. It doesn't help you. It holds you back. So I hope this really fucking helps. And just go live a cool fucking life. You get one. You get fucking one. Your experience of consciousness here as yourself, as who you are, it's one fucking time. Don't live a life that you knew you could have done better. And we all can do better, but at least give it a fucking good shot. Give it a good fucking shot, at the very least. So, hell yeah. Big dogs.
He only just turned 1 on Friday.
Just turned 1?
Yeah.
This is a 1-year-old. Wow. Is this the...
So, Norman, who's the 1-year-old, who's unrelated to Chelsea, as he's our 4-year-old. And then Sarah's our 8-year-old. So she is the aunt of Cooper, but
This one's 8?
half 4, and then...
Oh, 8-year-old's over here. Look at this little 8. That's awesome. These are St. Bernards, you said?
Yeah.
Big dogs.